Okay, let's get your Squarespace Marketing Pop Up set up for you. So what you're going to do first is you're going to be in the back end of your admin area for your Squarespace site. You're going to click on Marketing. Before you jump right into the promotional pop-up, though, I want you to think about what you're going to be doing with this promotional pop-up. If you are going to be just sending them to a page within your website, or possibly sending them out maybe to your YouTube channel or something like that, then you can go ahead and click the promotional pop-up and get started. Or likewise, if you're going to be using MailChimp or another service to handle your newsletters, then you can go ahead and jump right in here. If not, and you're considering using the Squarespace email campaigns, which I highly recommend, then you're going to want to start here in email campaigns instead. In email campaigns, all you're going to do is click on Sender Profiles to create a new one, and then you're going to click on Mailing List to create a new mailing list. So I usually recommend that you start with one that we call website, and that way we know any of the email addresses that come through in this website subscriber section are going to have come from the website, and you'll see how that works in just a second. You can also do one that would be maybe existing, so that you could manually put in any emails that you currently have and you have permission to use for marketing purposes. You could put in this existing. You could create several different mailing lists, organize them any way that you'd like, so that you can send emails out only to a certain group of people, or you could choose to send them out to all of them. So you have endless opportunities to create these these mailing lists. When you have them, you can either add your subscribers manually or import them by CSV file. So now that that is done, we can exit out of the email campaign section and go directly into the promotional pop-up. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is set up our action. So we're going to decide what we want to do. Do we want them to sign up for a newsletter? And if that's the case, we can either connect other services, and here we would use our Google Drive or MailChimp, or we can say, nope, we want to use the Squarespace email campaigns, and we would choose the website option, because that means we know anyone that puts their email address in here, it's automatically going to dump into that website mailing list, and we know where it came from. So once that is done, if you're not going to do a newsletter and you want them to click a button, then this is where you might say like Facebook, and then you would just simply put your URL for your Facebook page there. If you wanted them to go sign up on Eventbrite or something like that, you would just say sign up, and then you would have your Eventbrite URL here. So that is the way that you set up your goal for your action goal for the promotional pop-up. So let's come back out here, and then we can start with our layout. So right now we see that we have this great layout here. We have some customized fonts and things like that, but we have several different layouts. So the one that this client has chosen has an image behind it. You can also do a very simple promotional pop-up. There's one with an image to the side, above, behind, one over here in the corner, one at the bottom. I mean, there's just several different options you can choose. So choose the layout that speaks to you, that you'd like to use. We've done our action. For our content, that is where you actually get to add your headlines and your text. So let me refresh. It's being a little glitchy today. So she's got Miss Mail, be the first to know. That is her headline and her text here. So you simply click this area and type in your headline and what you want in the body of your text. Coming down, the next would be the display and timing. So you can choose if you want this to be on any first page, or let's say you only want it to be when they click on maybe the design page of your website, or something like that. You can have it go just specifically to one page so that you know you're capturing the right audience. You can choose whether you want it to show on a timer, which means you can do timer or scroll. The timer is going to be, for instance, this one would be immediately, or you can say after 5 seconds. I prefer after 5 seconds. You can also do a timer and a scroll, which would mean whether it's 5 seconds or they get 25% down the page by scrolling. That's when the pop-up is going to pop up. The next thing to think about is your frequency. So definitely if you're doing a newsletter, you're going to want to say don't show again after newsletter sign up. You can also choose if it's going to pop up the next day, in a week, 2 weeks, 30 days, or never. So once someone's seen it one time, they'll never see it again. Or once someone logs in today and sees it, tomorrow if they log in, they're going to see it again. This is really important to think about how annoying your pop-up will be. If you're someone that, let's say for instance, you're a yoga studio or a gym and you've got people on your website every single day, you're probably not going to want this frequency to be set up every day, unless you're definitely having them, they're using the newsletter sign up, don't ever show again. That could work as well. So essentially, you need to figure out your display and your timing, and then we will go back into the next section, which is the image section. So here is if you do have one of these templates that has an image, you can add as many images as you'd like. If you choose just one, it's going to be a static image behind your pop-up. If you choose to add 2, 3, 4, 5, it's going to end up being a scrolling banner behind here. So they're just going to automatically scroll on their own. Last but not least is the style area. So this is where you can click on each section just like you can in a Squarespace site and change the font for each of your areas. You can change the color, and then you can choose if you want that to be different for your mobile version. So that's the basics of setting up your marketing and pop-up. There are so many different things that you can do with it, and it's just a fantastic way to kind of boost your marketing and drive traffic where you want it to be. So I highly encourage you to use it. One more very important thing is this little simple toggle bar right here. Most people miss it. So they think, oh my gosh, I'm not seeing my pop-up and it's not working right now. It's probably could be because you just don't have it turned on, which is a very common mistake. So make sure you toggle it on and you're good to go. Have a great day, guys.